Hi, today I'm making a triple chocolate cake. Now this cake is rich, it's moist, it's delicious, and it's very easy to make. And it makes a beautiful presentation, and family loved it. So you're going to take a saucepan and you're going to begin with 3/4 cups of cocoa powder. You'll also need a teaspoon of espresso powder. This is what you use for tiramisu. And 3/4 cups of butter and 1 cup of water. You're going to combine that all in a sauce pot and just sort of mix that. All the ingredients are combined. And so you want to, again, just, continue to stir. I use my spatula to stir. And then I'm going to put this on the stove, and you're going to continue to warm all of this ingredients until it comes together like a rich sort of chocolate sauce. So you see here I'm stirring everything. The main thing, you don't want this to bubble or boil. It's just going to, come together. And as soon as all the ingredients are melted, you'll sit this aside. And then you'll go with 2 cups of sugar, as well as 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And you'll need a teaspoon of baking powder as well as a teaspoon of baking soda and a 3/4 teaspoon of table salt. You'll need 2 eggs room temperature. We'll get to that. And sour cream that's room temperature, that's actually pretty important. We'll talk about that. But next, what you're going to do is you're going to combine your baking soda, baking powder, your sugars all together. Okay, you're going to mix that all together. And then you're going to return back to the 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and that sour cream I mentioned earlier. You're going to take about a 1/2 cup of room temperature sour cream and mix that with the chocolate that's been cooling. You do want that sort of chocolate sauce to be cool. You don't want it to be hot when you mix it. You don't want the eggs to curdle. And so you mix that all together. You're going to add in a 1.5 teaspoons of good vanilla, continuing to stir the ingredients. I was starting with my spatula, but I realized I need to move to a whisk. It was blending the chocolate a little bit better with the eggs and the other ingredients. And so I just mixed that, as you see. And once I have, gotten everything all together, I'm going to begin blending the flour and sugar mixture into the batter. And so, as you can see, I'm just mixing that until it's all well mixed. And then I'm going to transfer that batter to a 12-cup bundt pan. I've also coated this pan with Baker's Joy, but if you don't have Baker's Joy, you can use butter and dust it with cocoa powder, and it will give you a similar result. You'll bake it at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes, and this is what it looks like. It will be a beautiful moist cake, and then we'll let that cool, and we'll begin making the ganache icing. And this is just a 1/2 cup of cream and 3/4 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And we're going to mix those together in the cream over a low heat and just continue to stir until all those ingredients come together. We'll let that cool for a moment, and once it cools just a bit, you go ahead and pour it over the cooled cake. And I have added milk chocolate chips to the glaze to make it the triple chocolate cake. So you have the chocolate cake, the chocolate icing, the chocolate chips. And again, it was well received by my family.